Yo guys, well, so here I am back with another kind of gaming video. I'm gonna talk about Battlefield since we've heard the new release of Battlefield V5, whatever you want to call it, the next Battlefield in the series. So let's talk about a review of what happened with Battlefield 1. I would say it was a mediocre game. It wasn't amazing and it wasn't horrible. The beginning, the launch was good, but it was missing a few features that kind of made it go bad, which seems to happen with every single EA game. Almost every single EA game is either mediocre or amazing, but when it starts off, it is an absolute failure of a game. Somehow, I have no idea how EA keeps doing this, but they do. So it's just their thing. I don't know why it shouldn't be their thing. It just is. So it started off as a pretty bad game. Not that much content. You unlock everything pretty quickly, and it was just it was missing the servers and a lot of stuff for PC. For the console release, it was still the mediocre game. Uh, there were a few differences that people didn't like, but then we got our first DLC, They Shall Not Pass, which I loved that DLC. I thought every map was amazing. I even like Fort DeVoe because it was close quarters, but you still got that battlefield, like, you go in, you murder a bunch of people, but then you got that break where there's no one, where you resupply, you heal up, but then you get that intense action where if you're a medic, you're reviving everyone, putting heals down, you're capturing the flag while also killing a lot of people, or you just die like that and you're mad, or you get grenade spam. And this is where it came up, the first topic of debate: grenade spam. Ooh-wee, that was fun. That Fort DeVoe was the worst place because it was so close quarters. You would just have like three people. If they're all assault, you had the two anti-tank grenades chucked. Like, you have 6 of those just chucked right at you. You had to stay back from that. Got 3 grenades, or you had the 2 gas grenades, which all of them would be thrown, and you had to put your gas mask on, and they wouldn't have their gas mask. So you're just with your semi-auto or your full auto, and you're not good with hip fire. So you just spray and pray, and you get no hit markers, and you don't get anything, and you just die. And so they did a whole reworking of that where you got less grenades being thrown because of they changed the resupply, and also they lessened the amount of gas grenades you had, which was nice, but they're still pretty annoying. They're not as annoying because you don't see them as often, so they're not as annoying. There are a few parts where I was playing when I got back into playing. I'll explain why I left. Where I would just got annoyed, where I'm like, if they had their gas mask on, it would have been a fair fight. But I had to have my gas on because there was gas. So then, In the Name is the Czar, I believe, came out, and the maps were not really great because all of them were wide open, and I just left. There didn't seem to be a lot of content. I didn't really care because they made the month like 2 months in between those DLCs, which by then they weren't adding that much content to actually keep me playing the game. And so I left, and I missed I was there at the beginning of one, and then I missed the Gallipoli DLC, and I came back in when the Apocalypse DLC, and that was a like 5-month gap. And it was just crazy that it took a really long time for all those DLCs to come out, and that really hurt Battlefield 1. But then they started, after all the DLCs came out, they went to their 1 month thing and stuff like that, and they started working on the game, making it better, reworking the gun system, making a little bit faster time to kill, but on a few guns, for like reworking, balancing guns and stuff like that. And that made more people come back, and it just got to the I like this game. It's a fun game to come back onto. It's not. I've never played Battlefield 4. I played it a little bit. I'll be honest. Played it. The campaigns, I would have to say, are similar. They're just nah. They're nothing amazing, but they're not horrible. They tried with Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4. Again, they tried with something different. They're two completely different ways of telling stories. And they're trying again with the Battlefield campaign stories with Battlefield 5, which I'm excited to see what they do this time. So I was going to talk about loot boxes, but we obviously don't have to talk about those because they're not going to be in Battlefield 5, which I don't care. I'm not gonna buy any. So I buy a few games, and then I get one game. I usually get a season pass for it. And the one time I got the season pass for Battlefield. Obviously, I got a premium, which I don't need to get anymore because they're not premium's gone, but they're allowing customization and stuff like that. So I think they just need to get their starting, like, they need to have a good start. They need to have a great balance. They just need to have a good start. They've never had a good start, either with, like, crashy or just not a lot of content being in the game. And they just need to have a good start, which it seems like they're going to have a plethora of content. You have Grand Operations, Conquest, bunch of guns, bunch of leveling up. And then you also got your customization for your soldiers, which you will not be able to buy, I don't think. From what I've been hearing, I'm not absolutely sure, so don't quote me on this, but you won't be able to buy directly. You'll have to buy the challenges then you have to complete the challenges to get that customization. So I think, don't quote me, but I think this is how it's going to work. You're going to get a challenge like once a day or week, and you're going to be able to complete that challenge to get this customization for your soldier or gun or tank or whatever, what have you. So you get your face paint or your new kind of goggles or your new gold gun or whatever, or new like flag on your tank, something like that, which like you'll have this day to complete this challenge, and then you get this customization. Some of the customizations will never be like ever allowed again for this challenge, or some customizations will be there forever. It's just gonna whatever they feel like doing there. And so you able to complete that contract. Once you complete the contract, there will be no other contracts for that day. But you can buy like as many contracts as you want to get these customizations. So it's like, I just want this, this, and this, so I buy the contract to kill 30 people, get 100, get 10 kills with the tank, or revive 20 people, or capture 10 flags, or something like that, or defend 10 flags. Something along those lines, where you just buy the contracts, and then you have to play the game to unlock them. So basically, you're buying contracts to play the game more, which I like better than getting loot boxes, and then you're lucky. You got it. Good job. No, you actually had to play the game, and you had to be somewhat good to, not really. Anyone could get like 50 kills. It might take them a while, but they'll eventually get there, one per game, which means 50 games. Which, hey, if you play Battlefield and you don't get a single kill in a whole match or more than one, what are you doing? Like, seriously? You, I understand if you were just at the beginning and then you just, boom, game over like that. But how do you, a 30-minute match and you don't get a single kill? That makes no sense. But they're easily challenges, probably something you just do it like that and you get your customization. Keep the player count high and people to come back and keep playing, which I like. Second thing they probably need to do is make DLC constant. Don't, maybe drop a few like big things here and there, because those make people happy. I like having a big rush of content like that, but also drop like few changes here and there, like a new gun that you can unlock through a challenge, like just something like that, or a small new team deathmatch map, or a new rush map. But then save like new conquests, and grand operations for like bigger DLC packs. Which would like, and I also know that they're gonna try and do the whole war, which is crazy. They're doing basically all the events that happen in order by DLC. So, pretty nice. I'm excited. The grand operations, let's talk about those. Those seem interesting. I like how it's not, if you have a bad team, well, you can only play for 10, 30 minutes now. If you have a bad team, you can play you play through all 3 days. It's not that you only get to play one map and that's it, and you don't get to play anywhere else except for that one map because your team couldn't push up and get that flag. Now you can, if you fail in one objective one day, well, there's the second day, which is at a new map or new location on the map, and now you had to get those objectives. So now you're on a new map, new playing field, and you're just not stuck on that one map feeling angry because your team sucks and you can't get to the next map, which you really want to get to. Which I like. And then I also like that, it's interesting to see the resources, how if you fail the objective, you might get less resources, or if you win it, you get more, kind of like that. So it really shows how war is actually kind of like. They're they're going for more realism with you start off with less ammo. If you fail objectives, you keep pushing on, but you don't have as much. Like, you don't have a tank that you might have, but you might have had 5 tanks, but oh no, the flak guns shot down half of your squad force, so now you just lost 100 men and those other 3 tanks. So now you only have 2 tanks to go with, and you have less men to spare on that attack. Oh look, we've then captured this area. Well, now we can't have reinforcements to push up because we didn't capture that area, so we just don't have as many troops again. And we don't have any tanks. So now we're basically screwed. Well, let's keep fighting on. But then you win that last day, and it's just like, we won it, but now we're at a stalemate. It's just like, you get a stalemate, you get to the 4th day. It's like, it's really cool. I'm excited to see it. They said they're announcing Battle Royale. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care anymore. Because Call of Duty also announced it. Which,
We have taken objective.
big surprise that they're gonna do it. Oh, I'm surprised there.
We have taken objective.
I was surprised they didn't announce it earlier. But other than that, well, that's sad. I can't. I'm excited for Battlefield 5 and Call of Duty. I'm probably gonna get both. They're both good games, but I don't think
We have lost
Battlefield
objective Charlie.
is really falling. Honestly, they had a good game. No one absolutely hated it. People said they hated it at the beginning. If they go back now, they probably would play it for a whole match. With Call of Duty, people are getting bored. People can't play for a 30-minute match. They play one and then they're just like, okay. Because there's just nothing. Their events are not smart and stupid. They're just turned into the game modes. They turn to the game modes, which are sometimes fun, but I don't feel like getting lucky out of a loot box. And there's still a loot box.
Objective butter.
I can't say that they're not. I can't absolutely guarantee you that that Call of Duty World War II is a non-loot box game. Because they don't have any contracts really anymore that say, hey, you get this special gun now. But it seems like they really are pushing you to buy the loot boxes. And no one notices this. Everyone notices it when the EA does it because they're super obvious. Whenever EA does something, it's obvious that they're doing something wrong. Whenever Activision does anything, their community could care less. Oh, we're being ripped off. Oh, whatever. They can take all my money. Because, yes, they're saying it's not. They didn't like it. I just can't. World War II isn't a fun game. I can't get back onto it. It's not just because my Wi-Fi is absolute like garbage, but because it also affects Battlefield, and I get mad at that. Then I just stop for a while. I get back in, and I have loads of fun. I've been playing Battlefield on and off, and every single time I get on, I get mad at it a little bit. But then I keep playing. I get a kill, and I'm like, yeah, I'm amazing. And then I die again. But then I get another kill. And I die again. And then die again. Then I get another kill. And I feel like I did a lot. And then I look at my score. And then it's like 9 to 100. And I'm like, how did I do this badly? I thought I was killing loads of people. But no. Sometimes you get into this big noob fight where both of you can't shoot each other somehow. But then sometimes you get into this MLG Pro who can somehow quickscope you from point blank range, and you're like, how does this happen? And then Call of Duty World War II, you don't have a great flow in the map. Because every single point you feel like I can spawn trap here, here, and here. There's no way you can, and I know how to spawn trap everyone. And the map flows don't go to a central point. What's great about Nuketown is everything is centralized. You always have this big central mass in the middle of, if you're good, you can easily kill everyone in that middle. And then if you push up too much, well, you flip the spawns. And then if you have someone back there, you just put them in the middle. And the spawns are so well spread out in night, and you have cover wherever you spawn. You're always in cover wherever you spawn. well, then you're fine. With World War II, though, you spawn in and you're either behind someone or you're or you get shot immediately. And you don't there's no good spawns, one thing. Spawns are absolute like horrible. I'm going on a complete rant right now on World War II. I need to probably get some notes on why it might be bad. I hope you enjoy kind of my news. I'm trying to stay as non-biased as I can on games. I will of course have some bias because I like Battlefield more than Call of Duty World War II, and I know that. I bought the season pass for Battlefield, and I didn't for Call of Duty. It's not the one I love. But I liked Black Ops 3, even though it had the exosuits. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And I know when the game's dying, when all the YouTubers who focus on it are not even playing the game. You know something's wrong when the people who have channels built around the games aren't even playing the game and are instead off playing Fortnite. You know something is wrong. Merc Music, one thing. He said himself he's not. It isn't a bad game, but I'm not quoting him exactly. But it's not a bad game, but there's nothing really to keep you interested. There's no true incentive to keep you coming back. Something that makes you love that game. Keep playing it. There's nothing. Black Ops 3, even with there's nothing for the zombies. It's just that game is a completely mediocre game. I need to do a little bit more digging on that to see why. Need to watch more videos, do some research, play the game a little bit more to understand why no one wants to play this. Why it's just a mediocre game for some reason. I have no idea why. Like, people don't say this is absolute garbage. You should never play this again. No, people are like, it's a good thing. I just don't want to play this again over and over and over. It's same with the zombies. It's just like, it's a good map. I just don't want to keep playing it over again, repeatedly. There's nothing that I want to keep playing for. And you can see this in every single zombies in multiplayer. Ali lost it with Infinite Warfare. Merc Music said he doesn't love World War II. Prestige is key. He's just doing news. He cares less a little bit about World War II. He knows it's a mediocre game and can tell by the way he does his videos and what he says. Every single zombies YouTuber plays the map once to find the Easter egg, then goes back to Fortnite. Or, with Mr. T Lexify, doesn't even play it anymore. And just plays Fortnite. He's talking about Black Ops 4 still. Even JC, the guy who really likes zombies. Same with the Smith Plays. Another guy who says, I'm the guy who always does zombie content. Both of them have Fortnite. At least one video on their thing. On their YouTube channel. And also don't really talk about World War II anymore. So the game is just mediocre. People like it, but they also don't feel the incentive to come back. I'm sorry I went on the rant for World War II. I need to talk about that more. I need to do a little bit more research and kind of play in the game to understand what might be going wrong. So, I'm excited for Battlefield 5, and I think it's really interesting. I think EA will do a good job, like always. I hope they get a better launch and have a good game at launch and not something that's buggy and crashes and missing content. I hope they have a good game at launch, and I hope it gets better as it goes on to be the best, one of the best games of 2018 to 2019. But we'll have to see. I'm really excited. I'm waiting to see if I want to pre-order. I might pre-order Battlefield. We'll see. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Bye.